What even is this thing? Let's talk about Senecio. What's up, fellow plant enthusiasts? My name is Dylan and this is Bane's Botanicals. Today we're going to be talking about Senecio. Now this thing is just awesome. I mean, look at how bizarrely it's been growing. Now when I first got this, it was actually about like this, and the things, each piece of the plant was actually just straight up and down, and it has grown this much probably within just I'd say 3 or 4 months, and that's including a little bit of time in early spring. So it's been doing really well under a grow light, and I'm pretty impressed with it. I'm not really sure what it's going to continue to do. I mean, I like that it's got these loops, like these dips in it now, but I don't know what it will do in the future. Anyway, Senecio is kind of a cool family of succulents. There has been a little bit of overlap between the two genera, Senecio and Curio. I know that things like string of pearls used to be in Senecio, and I think now it's in Curio. So if you see things like string of pearls labeled as Curio and Senecio, that's why. Let's go and do this. Here is the taxonomy information for Senecio, and we are in the family Asteraceae. Now, both Curio and Senecio are in Asteraceae, so that's why they are very similar genera. And Asteraceae also contains some famous outdoor plants like sunflowers, and I believe it's daisies. So, yeah. There are a few different species of Senecio. The name of this one is escaping me. I will drop it in for you guys. I'll do a little bit of homework. I have it written down someplace, but I just don't have it with me. It looks like it has thorns on it, but it does not. Like, I don't know if you guys can see up close, but these are actually just really soft pieces. They're not prickly or anything. And I love too that look at the coloring on this. Just kind of how it's got that green and like white stripe like all through it. I don't know. This plant just jumped out at me at the greenhouse, and I'm like, I have enough succulents. Like, this is my succulent shelf, and I already have too many, but I had to have this one. And I'm really glad I bought it just because it's cool. I mean, look at how neat this plant is. And it's just been so easy to care for too, like most succulents are. Let's go and get into the care tips. I'm trying not to let this thing block my face, but it's just, it also looks like Medusa, like the Greek mythology had the snakes as hair. That's kind of what it reminds me of. Or maybe a squid. As far as care goes, it is a succulent, so it does need bright indirect light. It's not really a low light plant, but you don't want to give it direct sun either. Watering, I just let it dry out. Let it dry out, stay dry for just a day, and then give it a good soak. I do have mine in a terracotta pot so that I don't accidentally overwater it or anything. And it's just in a succulent, like a cacti succulent soil that has a little bit of extra perlite and sand for drainage. This is your typical succulent. If you touch it, it is thick because it retains water. So it just doesn't need to be watered that much, and it doesn't need humidity. So if you have a dry home, perfect plant for that. Perfect plant for like a tabletop, just because it's such an accent. Like, somebody walks in and sees this on a table, they're gonna be like, is that even real? Oh yeah, it's real. Fertilizing, I just fertilize it twice a month during the growing season, and then not all during the dormant season, late fall, winter, early spring, and it's been doing just fine. I did start fertilizing this one about a month ago for the first time. We are currently in June at the time of this video, and it's responding well. You got to be careful sometimes with succulents because they don't want to be over fertilized. So if you need to dilute your fertilizer a little bit more, that's fine, because they retain water, you don't want to over fertilize them. And I've heard a lot of people say, oh, succulents, I struggle with succulents, I kill them. Like, succulents are very easy. If you just think about, we've talked about the watering scale. 3, like 1 to 5, 3 is most houseplants, right? That's kind of where we want to be. The 2, well, we never decided what direction to go. Anyway, the next level down from watering is going to be succulents, where you water them more than a cactus, but you water them less than a tropical plant, because a cactus is designed to stay dry for a really long time. So with a cactus, you let it stay dry for days just to, you know, make sure that it's good and dry before you water it again. These, you don't want to leave them dry that long because they'll suffer. Like they need more water than a cactus, but don't water it as much as your philodendron. I think another reason that people say they struggle with succulents is because they're buying succulents like Echeveria. And the problem with plants like Echeveria and Sedum and even Sempervivum, the plants that have kind of that rosette shape, is that they just don't do as well indoors as we want them to. They don't keep that shape for very long. They start to get kind of gnarly and out of shape. And you lose a lot of the outer petals on, if you want to call them that, the outer leaves on them. They're just not good plants, really, for inside. I mean, they're pretty when you buy them, but they just don't last. Something like this will last, and as long as you're taking okay care of it, it'll be fine. Anyway, I think that's all I have about Senecio. This is a perfect time for you guys to drop in some really cool species of Senecio. I love when you guys drop in plants like that because I look them up and I'm like, wow, I've never seen that before. And sometimes I'm like, I might need to have that. Hopefully that's not the case. I'm trying to keep my plants under control. But yes, let me know. I'd love to hear what your experience has been with Senecio. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for contributing to the community and everything with your comments and for your likes and subscribes and everything. It means so much to me. I'm very lucky to have you guys. So until the next video, I will see you soon. Thank you.